Okay, so hello, team. Welcome to today's business organization training. This is going to be fun. I'm going to share with you the really easy way that I have been tracking, keeping track of what's going on, the work that I'm doing, the people I'm talking to, their goals, their desires, where we're at in our conversations, VIPs, MPs, all of the things. I've created a really clear system to track all of this and just stay organized in the process of it all. I've been in network marketing previously. I've done things other ways. I've run my own businesses, done things other ways. I have found just over, because I've just been using this system since the beginning of September, and just throughout the month, like I feel so clear and so good about where I'm at in my conversations, know exactly how many conversations I'm having, know exactly how many people I'm working toward helping. It's incredible. So I'm really excited to share this with you. Me share my screen. Oh, just a second, actually. So I want to say this is like in business, especially in a business like this, where we get to make our own schedules. We get to decide how many hours we're working, all of the things like this. We often are like working toward living in and creating a certain level of freedom, right? But we don't get that freedom if we're completely overwhelmed, disorganized, confused by everything that's going on in our business with everything that we're doing. So this is going to bring in that organization piece and that clarity piece so that you can move forward in your business with like crystal clarity about what's going on. This is like the masculine structure and the masculine foundation to your feminine flow and creativity and everything and leadership in your business. So this doesn't need to take a lot of time. Okay. Every time I do a reach out, I pop it right into my template right as I do it. I find that's the most efficient. Otherwise, I'll just go through my messages and do all of my follow-ups, do all of my reach outs for the day, and then I'll go and funnel everything right after right into my template. So you can do it kind of however works for you, but I find doing it in the moment when I'm doing the reach out, just putting their name right there. That's the easiest and quickest way to go about it. And in the long run, this type of organization and clarity, it's really going to save you time because you're not going to be going through messages, wondering who to talk to, wondering when you need to follow up, all of the things. So I highly recommend when you're using this, go about with the like no distraction time periods where you're working. Really set out intentional time where you can be focused to utilize this tool as well as doing your reach outs and everything. Another thing I want to say is I'm realizing everything is a reach out. Like every conversation I have is reach outs and follow ups, reach outs and follow ups. When we bump into somebody in person, there's reach outs and follow ups within that conversation. A conversation is literally built around reach outs and follow ups. So we don't need to overcomplicate the whole reach out follow up thing. I definitely did previously. So just wanted to bring that in and give that reminder as well is everything is a reach out and a follow up. So I bring every single conversation I have in my day-to-day life into my template. Every single person that I come in contact with in my world is going into this funnel because I know whether they're ready to say yes to Monat right now or not. I have ways that I can help them and serve them and support them. And that's really our goal in this business. And through what we're doing is to help and serve people. There are so many ways that we can do that. So I'm going to show you how you can utilize this to really get the most out of that as well. Yeah, at the end of the day, organization gives you clarity. Clarity allows you to take more clear and intentional action, and that action is what is ultimately going to reflect in your results, in your experiences, what you're creating. So this is a great tool to hold yourself accountable. That's what I found. I've used it every single day, haven't missed a day. I've been on it, even on the days when I didn't get a lot done or didn't put a lot of time in. The template was there for me. The system was there for me. The tool was there for me, and it's so easy. So y'all are going to love this. Okay, let me share my screen now. How do I do that? Here we go. Share. All right. Y'all can see my template, hey? So this is the example template. I took out last names and some personal details and things, but I just wanted to give you an idea of how I'm organizing this. So we have name, date, comments about the conversation. So anytime I update somebody's name in here, I update their comments about what we've been talking about, where we're at in our conversation and connection. I just added this goals and desires column today. Normally I would just put the goals and desires in the comment section, but I decided that I wanted to do it separately so that I can really, really see that. I find in my conversations when I stay focused on what that person needs, what their goals are, what their desires are, it's a lot easier for me to direct that conversation in a service-led way. So highly recommend focusing a little bit more on people's goals and desires and bringing that to the forefront of how you're doing your reach outs and follow-ups if you're not already. So yes, I update from the bottom of my list every day. So at the end of the day, I put in one of these black bars, okay? I just put in a colored bar to separate. So when I start today, I'm gonna delete this black bar. And then let's say I reached out to Kelsey. I'm gonna copy this whole thing from Kelsey, cut it, and I just put it to the bottom of my list. So then I update the date. I reach out to her on September 26th. Let's say I share the opportunity with her today. Okay. And then let's say she tells me she wants longer hair. Right? I just put that in there. So really super simple. That's how I do that. So then every new person I reach out to or follow up with, I just put them to the bottom of my list. Then what you end up getting is you have some of these blank spaces. You can highlight the entire column, go ahead and delete the entire row, or highlight the entire row, delete the entire row, and it just stays nice and organized. Super easy to play with that, super easy to move it. Let me know if you have any questions about like how I flow with keeping that organized and adding new people day to day. I have little ends here. You see these ends? Anytime I do a new reach out, I just mark it with an N. So then obviously when I follow up with, let's say Star on another day, she's no longer a new reach out. So she doesn't carry that N forward. So that's how I do that. So this is my main active list that I use. So I'm utilizing this every single day, updating names. Every conversation I have, it goes to the bottom of my list. So that's my active list, okay? Then when somebody moves forward, so let's say they take the first step and they go and they take my quiz, okay? I invite them to take the quiz, so they take the quiz. Then what I do is I bring them over to this second page, the quiz page. And on the quizzes page, these are all of the people who have taken the quiz. I have comments about where they're at. I have comments about what quiz they took. And then anybody who moves forward to order after taking the hair quiz, I just mark them down at the bottom here. I forgot to show you that actually on the last page as well. So these are people who have purchased. These are people who have moved forward that I have in the blue. I also have that, I forgot to show y'all. On the very first active lists page, I also have my hundreds list. So a lot of the names on my hundreds list end up going up to my new reach outs in my active list here, right? So I just copy and paste the name from my hundreds list, go and put it up into my active list, and then I have to add new names to my hundreds list because it's no longer 100. But yes, I do the same thing on my active list page with laying out the people who have purchased. And you don't have to do that. I mean, if you're just putting them over into the quiz page or the cart page or the VIP page or the MP page, that's fine. But I just like to have it kind of clear in all of the places. So yeah, then we have the quiz page. Like we said, all the details. Once somebody moves forward from the quiz and you build them a cart, then I put them over on the cart page. So I have, yes, the cart was sent, and then any comments. Again, when they order from the cart, they end up going to the next page or the next list that I have. So all these people ordered from the cart, that means they're going over into my VIP page or my MP page, right? So then I have all my VIPs here. So anybody who has ordered as a VIP, I have the last time I talked to them and comments about their experience so far. So I'm able to go in and look at where all of my people are at and help hold myself accountable to holding them accountable and supporting them in all the things along the journey. I don't think I have anything at the bottom of that page. And then same thing with the MPs page. They checked in, comments, goals and desires, all of the things. Helps you just keep things really, really clear. So that's how I use it. I use Like I literally just highlight, cut, and paste. It's that easy, y'all. Highlight, cut, and paste. Then when you have the empty things, the empty rows, just go in and delete the whole row. So I use this for my phone. I use this on my computer sometimes. What I do is I save this template to my Google Docs, and then I can just access it right from my Google Docs whenever I need it. I personally, I can create, what's it called? Like a home screen bookmark on my phone. So I can go straight in and open up the exact document. So maybe you can do something like that too. But yeah, that is how I use the template. So what I found with this template is it's really helping me, like I said, stay focused forward in a service-led way, because I have so much clarity about each of these conversations and connections and what's going on with these people. So I always know what to say. I always know what the next step is that we're moving toward together. And I always know what they need support with, what they want, what they desire, what they need, what we're ultimately working toward, helping them get an experience in their lives, right? Um, yeah, so once I have their goals and desires, I've been using the let me help you with XYZ things a lot. And it's really an interesting way to lead these service-led conversations. I didn't always do things in this way before. And it's really working a lot differently. I love it. So I found this is a really great way for us to stay on top of that service-led, that service-led service, that service-led service, that great communication, connection, and really helping the people that we reach, because that is the ultimate goal. So that is it. It's so simple. It's so easy. It's really just very simple. So does anybody have any questions about the process? Does anybody have anything that they would add or they would want to add, something that's not here that you would personally put in or like to see? Totally open to all of your feedback and your own perspective and experience on all this. This is what I do. You can tweak the process, make it unique to you. Um, the thing really is like you want to be running and building this business in a way that is sustainable for you. And this can help you so much in creating that sustainable foundation to build from. So highly recommend, highly recommend if you are not doing something like this already. I'm going to send out a Google document link to a blank template for this, so y'all can just steal this from me and utilize it. I'll also be posting the replay to our little training here on YouTube, and then I'll have the link for the template there as well. Okay, so if we don't have any other questions, then you
I have a
all.
question.
Oh yeah, for sure. Go ahead.
Hey, thank you so much. This is a really cool flow. And I have to tell you, like, I have a spreadsheet myself, but the way you've outlined it with the different tabs for the different stage that each of the people that you're speaking with, each of the stages that they're in really simplifies the prop. I love it. I'm an organizer, but I'm better at organizing things than like thoughts and like information. So thank you for this, first and foremost. I was curious to know, how do you, because obviously we're encountering people in so many different ways. In person, sometimes we're talking to them on Instagram, sometimes we're talking to them via text message. Do you keep track of that separately, or how does that work into your mind and this flow?
Yeah, so what I do is, I guess I deleted all the last names and stuff that I had in there just to keep things a little private. But what I do is I just put in brackets. If they contact me on IG, I just put Charmene IG, or like Lisa text, or whoever Facebook, right? Most of my conversations are through Facebook. So I just have general names for that. But then if it is IG, I just make a note of that and make note of their handle if it's necessary.
Yeah.
Some
So that
people's
you
names
can
aren't there.
go back and find them, because that's
Yeah.
one of the challenges that I have is finding people, they're not always their name, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, that's awesome. Yes, I do have that. And then I was curious, this is kind of a little off topic, but I get one of the things that maybe it would be a separate call, but I would love to know like how you're organizing like photos or information, like hair testimonials, for example, photos of that you might be sending in a reach out or pulling up when you're having a conversation, something like that. If you have a particular method about organizing that information, because it's right now I have stuff in Telegram, I have stuff in my Google Photos, I have stuff here and here, and it's just like, I think Google would probably be the place to put it, but if you could share how you do that, I would love to know that information.
Yeah, totally. No, it's totally on topic with today's call, all about organizing the biz. So good, really great questions. I agree. I'm trying to figure out like what the most efficient way is to organize all of the things, because there's so much information and so many resources and tools that we can be utilizing and we should be utilizing, right? So what I found was easiest, because I'm kind of crazy and obsessive. So what I did is when I first joined CGB, I went back to the very beginning of the chat and started funneling everything that felt valuable to me or my future team into my saved messages. But then I thought that's not very organized, like it's still so scattered. So then what I did is I made channels specific to different things. So I have a content channel where I've been forwarding, everybody posts a reel. I really like the reel and I think it's awesome. I'll forward it to my content channel. I did one for reach out. So one where there's just a bunch of different screenshots of conversations and how people have approached those different messages and things like that. I also have one for mentorship, just really great mentorship stuff. But I do agree, we should make one for testimonials and results. That's a fantastic idea. I do have the other one, so I can really easily like make another one and then post the link to it in the group, and we can just kind of use that as we can all be admins and just use it as like a hub to post all of the things. I think that would be really helpful, obviously for us and for the whole team. So let's totally do that. I'll make note of that right now.
Cool. Yeah, I love those categories. Content, because there are those in multiple places, but content, testimonials, reach outs, like examples of conversations. I think that's so great. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing. This is so simple. You're right. It's a wonderful tool. But it's really simple to use. I'm so appreciative.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys as well. It's awesome. I just want everybody to win. So if something like this helps, I highly recommend using it. And especially if you feel resistance around utilizing something like this, I'm like, no, use it. It's going to help you so much. Like you'll break through that resistance and any fear or hesitancy that's there. And you'll have so much more clarity on the back end of it. So what I'm going to do, yeah, I will actually, Michelle, post all of the links that I have to the channels inside the CGB chat for everybody. And then if you guys are interested, like I said, accessing the reach outs, we're going to do one for the testimonials. We can all collab in it together. But you guys can just forward things there, forward things there, forward things there. And then it's just hubs for us to access all this material. So super amazing. I hope you guys loved this. I'm so happy to share this with you. And I'm really excited to see how we all rise together utilizing this tool. Yay. Okay. Have the best day ever, my loves. Mwah. We'll see you in the chat. Bye.